Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 26 of Civilization 5 as Korea on Emperor difficulty. I'm not too sure what I can say about this game so far. I mean, unless something really surprising happens, it does seem to be going well. We can safely trade cotton for truffles there. Wow, I'm not close to a fair deal, really? Wow, you really don't like me, do you? Okay, fine. Certainly, I think this is one of the better Emperor difficulty level games that I've played. I think that's probably more down to the fact that Korea is OP than it is any kind of optimal play. It's also helped that we've had this sort of semi-isolated start. None of the AIs have been able to really get a good run going. I think these Fractal maps, because the continents are quite small, the AI really seems to struggle when it's on this type of map because it can't just spread. That's what always makes the AI so dangerous, particularly if you're playing on something like Pangaea, is because the AI doesn't have the problems with happiness that human players do. The AI just spams city after city after city and really tends to blob out. And they can't do these on these Fractal maps. So we've got a landship here. We're going to give it shock and shock 2. And we'll be moving this landship up towards the front just in case France get any ideas. So, Bruceson, what are we going to build over here? There's probably quite a lot of nice stuff that we could have, but I think we do need to get a few little bits and pieces going. We're okay on happiness. There's quite a lot of stuff that we're actually okay on. A hospital wouldn't be a bad idea, but we do also need a few more cargo ships. I think, how long have we got to build a cargo ship? 2 turns. We'll queue up a cargo ship, and then we will queue up a hospital here. Gets a little bit more growth going. Worker. Now, I can't remember why I was sending you wherever I was sending you. There is a camp there. Were we building a railroad? No, we've got a railroad. Maybe that's what's happened. Maybe you've just finished the railroad. Also, we've got 2 bits of road here, which we're not actually using, but we are paying for. But I think I'll keep them because, first of all, it means we can move troops over here a little bit more easily and get them around Machu. I honestly thought we had the Grand Messer. I thought that was within the borders of Tiwanaku, but apparently not. We could always try and steal it with the Great General, but it would be a little bit of a waste. Yeah, I don't think we're going to bother doing that. So then, Mr. Worker, what are we going to do with you? I'd love if we could expand there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we won't get that easily. Really annoying that he got it. Yeah, really running short of things for you guys to do. I guess we can just go around and build a few camps and stuff. I can't really see an awful lot more that you can do. 1, 2, 3, yeah, a lumber mill, sorry, would be within range there. You are improving that uranium, because we're definitely going to need that. You have already improved that. Yeah, plantation, that's done. That's too far away. Obviously, we only built the plantation there to get the cotton, but... And who wants cotton, actually? You don't like me for some reason. You're neutral, but you won't give me a fair deal. You have copper, which I guess we could get from you. So you've got some spare copper. Do you still value horses? Yes, wow. Copper for 5 horses? What an idiot. Okay, that's that sorted. Yeah, you won't give me the truffles. You are guarded. Yeah, it's strange that you won't actually give me a fair deal on a commodity that you've got spare. Why do you want so much for it? I really don't understand that. Well, suffice to say, I'm not going to give you that much stuff for it. So what are we going to do with this worker? It says build a farm there. I guess we could, actually. It's an unimproved tile next to Busan. Let's go and do that. I guess we could also get like a trading post here in the jungle. We do have a few jungle tiles around that we could get some trading posts in. That wouldn't be a bad idea at this stage of the game. Got another unit requiring orders. You're just going to come back and we can get you upgraded and healed up. And you, I think, are just going to sit around here somewhere. Mainly just to protect us from any potential attack that may come in. I think we're going to be okay, but you never can tell. Might not be a bad idea to get a few more military units out as well. Now that we're getting to the point where I'm actually having to look at the different cities and go, well, yeah, I don't really know what to build here. So we'll definitely have to give it some thought. Sydney Opera House, I think, is what I was planning to do with one of my great scientists. Great engineers. We'll try and rush build Sydney Opera House. That'll be quite nice. Give us another free social policy and some extra culture. Some more great work slots as well. Okay, nothing particularly exciting happened on that turn. Let's go ahead and just move that submarine up here because it can sort of block the way quite nicely. And again, not much else we can do. 6 turns away from getting ecology now. Now we have a unit that's free. Right, landship's just going to sit there for now. And we'll just start saving up some money. 21 turns away from our next golden age. Oh, you want coca? Oh, the deal is faded. Alright, coca for truffles. How about I don't give you 50 million resources, and I give you that plus maybe 3 gold per turn. 4? 5? 6 is final offer. Okay, go away. I'm actually better off on happiness now. Was that my last coca that I was giving away? Really starting to find that the AI don't want to give me an awful lot for my stuff, but we're not doing too bad. We've got a good economy and we've got good happiness, so I don't really need to worry about trading all that much right now. So the AI can actually go crazy and just ban the crap out of all of the luxury resources if they want to. It's not going to have that much of an effect on me. Do I want to upgrade my artillery into mobile rocket launchers? I think I want to. It is expensive, but at the same time we've got plenty of aluminium. Daegu has finished production of an archaeologist. Let's go and get the other cargo ship here, just because we can. And more production down in Zhengzhou. You have finished a bomber. So what do we want to get over here in Zhengzhou? You're growing in 15 turns, which is quite nice. Could get a medical lab, but we don't really need one. There's not an awful lot of anything that we need. Your gold output's not too bad, but we're generally good on gold. Let's go ahead and get a hotel, and then after that we will build a medical lab. Rocket artillery is one we've just upgraded. You're going to build a lumber mill. You are the Gatling gun that we're going to upgrade to a machine gun, and then you're going to heal up. Cargo ship. Okay, let's have a look. What's the best trade route that we can work? Trade routes available via cargo ship for gold that we're not working. Tiwanaku to Krakaurum. That's worth quite a bit. So let us go ahead and move you to Tiwanaku. And we have another cargo ship. Were you working one previously? Passagarde. Is that the highest one? Highest gold? Yes, it is. So continue off to there. So yeah, we're making really good money. Bomber. What do I want to do with this bomber? Are we safe down here? I think we are. So I'm going to go ahead and rebase you up to... Well, I want to get you as close to the front as we can. You can actually reach there, which is very, very nice. And we have an archaeologist. Now, there were a few more archaeological sites that we did need to dig up. I'm just trying to familiarise myself with where they were. They were all the ones up here, weren't they? We had the one... I think it was probably that one that you're heading towards, because we did grab the one there. So get yourself up here. And hopefully with this battleship around, we're stopping anything from being able to respawn near it. And if anything does, we can just, like, bombard it into oblivion. You're going to build a farm? I think it is the point now where we're literally just getting the workers to upgrade every little unimproved tile when there's very little point to doing it. But it's always nice to have workers around. I mean, we've pretty much got all the cities we're ever going to have. Yet we don't need that anymore. That was just some gold we did for a research agreement. We've already got a research agreement in place. Speaking of research agreements, just the one with Askia. But Askia is our only friend because for some reason we can't get the declaration of friendship with France. He will not give us that, which is a little bit annoying. 5 turns away from ecology. 20 turns away from a great science. A scientist. Oh, of course, that research agreement just popped. So now we've got ecology. Now, the problem that we are going to have is we still need to get another great musician in this era. Our next great musician comes in 23 turns in Seoul. Can we speed that up? We are working the Musicians Guild. 22 turns. And how long before we get our next era in terms of science? We go combined arms into computers, and then if we need to, we can go into nuclear fission, I guess. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Because we would like to get atomic bombs. We might be going into satellites, but obviously we won't finish satellites. So we should be able to do it. We should be able to get that third musician and get our bonus. So you are just going to... Why aren't you fortified? Maybe you are fortified. You're just going to get the fortification bonus because you're essentially a cavalry unit. Cargo ship. To Krakorum. Yep, decent gold per turn. You're just going to heal up. Bomber is going to sleep. On to the next turn. Of course, we do need to go back to Ascii now. Try and get another research agreement if we can. We don't really need these research agreements. I mean, I think we're massively ahead in tech, which just, you know, is a... Yep, you don't like Persia. Good. That means you're most likely going to stay friendly. I'm almost tempted to go and take this city from Persia just because we would get an extra 4 uranium, but it probably really isn't worth it. May adopt policy. We can choose production before I do anything else, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget to do it. Let's go and get... You don't have enough gold for a research agreement, do you? You need 579 gold. So if I give you 580 gold, and you give me back... there is a formula for it, but I can't be bothered to math. Just means I'll get the majority of my money back at some point. Because I can't remember how many turns it is. There we go. So we'll get some back. And now we should be able to go in and get a research agreement. He is behind me, so I will have to pay some for it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's cost us a little bit of money, but at least we've got a research agreement. We'll soon get that back. Choose a new policy. So all we can get now here is a level 1 tenant. We don't need happiness. We don't really need the attack bonus, and being able to capture spies trying to steal tech from us might be useful, but I don't think there's anything particularly useful in order. So maybe we want to go for something in one of these trees. Maybe it would be nice to open exploration and grab the +3 production in all coastal cities, but I'm not sure we need that. Get a free great artist. I think we'll just go ahead and try and finish aesthetics. I know I wasn't particularly going for a cultural victory, but we could get one. Let's go ahead and grab that, because we'll get a golden age, which will be nice. And what have we got down here? We've finished that cargo ship. I guess we could go and work on the Apollo program here. It doesn't really matter where the Apollo program is built. Of course, we get the Sydney Opera House as well. What have we got going on here? 29 turns until a new citizen is born. Let's go ahead and get a medical lab, actually. What about recycling centres? Oh, you're not an annexed city. Recycling centres give you an extra 2 aluminium, but we don't really need aluminium. Now, I was going to... Did I actually ever get round to building the hydro plant here? Apparently I did. So getting a lot of production from the coastal tiles. So what about Sydney Opera House? What is Seoul working on? 2 turns away from the Manhattan Project. We'll let that finish. Cargo ship. Available trade routes that we're not working via sea. Zhengzhou to Krakorum. So you are going to move to Zhengzhou. And we have another cargo ship, and you were previously going to Zurich. Might as well go to Beshbalik, because it will give us a little bit of extra science, and it'll give us some more money as well. So yeah, we'll be using up one of these great engineers straight away to get Sydney Opera House. You guys should be able to get across there safely. And so we do have this sort of battleship guarding the area. I might leave this machine gun over here just in case Persia do decide to get a little bit fresh. I can't see that happening, but you never know. What are you guys working on? You're working on an amphitheatre. That's fine. 18 turns away from a great scientist. Choose production. Production is at Cusco. Cusco's finished the amphitheatre. You are now going to build an opera house. You're not working any specialist slots. Can we work any specialist slots here? Let us go and try and work the science slots at least. We do want to try and make sure that you are working at least some of the decent food slots, because we want you to grow. Is there any other ones that you're working that we can take away from? Let's grab one of the mines away. We don't need massive production here, but it'd be nice to get a little bit more growth going on. And let's just take away from that and just get a lot more food there. And we could then go for... Well, let's get a windmill, because that'll give us some more production. Colosseum, because they're nice and cheap. And we can also get our opera house there as well. That should do for now in that area. You need to get over there, which is going to be a bit of a pain because there's a lot of ships around. Oh, we've managed to disembark. Pyongyang has grown. So what have you decided to work? You've decided to work that mine, which is not a terrible idea. 21 turns until you grow. If we put you here 11 turns until you grow. Do we have another decent food tile that we can work? We could take you from production and put you here. 8 turns until you grow. That's looking much more likely. And 11 turns until you finish the public school. That seems fine. I'm not too bothered about that. Cargo ship. You are going to go to Karakoram. You can move over here behind the hill. In fact, I can actually move you onto the hill. And I think you can sit up here and you can just keep an eye on things. So we're back up to 665 gold again. Got the full number of cargo ships finally. 73 tourism. I need to have a look and actually see how close we are on that one to being top. I think we may well be. We've completed the Manhattan project. Good stuff. Tourism. Culture victory. We're at 7. Yeah, we are top as far as tourism goes, which is nice. So choose production. This is Seoul. Seoul is going to work on the Sydney Opera House. You are going to fortify, and just before it boots me out of the turn, we are so 18 turns to complete Sydney Opera House. We're going to hurry production. It's now down to 5 turns. It is possible that somebody else could beat us to it, but I honestly think that nobody else has nearly enough science to be able to even start building the Sydney Opera House, so we should be fine. We could try and grab the Pentagon. There isn't much point to it, possibly. May need to have a little bit of a look down the tech tree and see what other wonders we might want to spend our other great engineer on, as we've been saving him up for a little while. Doesn't make any real difference with engineers. You see, things work in different ways. Great scientists, for example, great scientists' science pop is an average of your total science over the last 10 turns. I think it's 10 turns on standard speed. So on epic speed, it's 15. So whatever my science is over the last 15 turns, totaled up, divided by 15, that's how much I would get from my great scientist. As with the great engineer, though, the amount of production you get from the great engineer is something to do with the area you're in and how much production you have in the city. So it doesn't really matter when you pop them. Cusco has grown. Yeah, your tile assignment's pretty much all over the place. So you're working 2 food and some production. That's not a terrible tile to work, actually. Or we could go full food and 1 production. 22 turns until growth. 18 turns until growth. I think we'll just leave you there, to be honest. Or actually, we could go for 3 and 2. 20 turns. 1 turn for the windmill. No, I think we'll just keep working the production there. You're working on that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Still in a golden age. 6 more turns we'll be able to grab another social policy. 5 more turns we'll have combined arms. You want to buy cotton off me. Will you give me full price for it yet? Yes, you will. So over 300 gold per turn now, which is nice. Ideology has been adopted. France has adopted autocracy. Does that make France the only people to have autocracy? No, France and the Celts. Oh, and Morocco. That's a lot of people adopting autocracy. Persia are the only people with freedom. Us and Songhai have order. Silver and Coca from Askia. Well, let's go ahead and get that going again. So, Silver and Coca. He's fine with that. It's about the first time I've ever had with Askia in it where we've not been at war. So we've got that oil now. You're too far away from a city to work. You are also too far away from a city to work. 1, 2, 3. Let's go down there and get a trading post or something. Although I suspect these guys will probably be finished before then. Maybe not. Let's end the turn. We'll get one more turn in. What's going on? Anyone that you don't get along with is clearly worth building a friendship with. Give Morocco my regards. Okay. So that's basically just because the Celts are friendly with Morocco. Yeah, there they go. So they've made a declaration of friendship. I don't really care. Are you actually willing to give me a decent amount of money for this yet, Napoleon? Because it says you're friendly, but clearly you're not. So I'm not too sure whether that's just the mod screwing up, or whether you're just being a complete and utter arse. No, you're still only going to give me 3 gold for it, aren't you? Well, I've got plenty of it, so I might as well. It's better to get 3 gold for it than nothing. Strange that only one AI has picked the same ideology as me, but never mind. Still well ahead, and if I'm the tourism leader, which I currently am, it means I can put a lot of ideological pressure on the AI. Not that it matters all that much because of the huge bonuses they get. We've definitely got the most money, and we've killed yet another Moroccan spy. I'm just going to let them keep throwing their spies at me and getting them killed. You know, if that's what they want to do, because it's just getting their spies killed, it's not really harming me in any way, shape or form. 2 turns away from the Sydney Opera House, so we should be able to get that. Just have a quick look down the science tree here. Are there any wonders that... I suppose we could rush the Hubble Space Telescope. That's probably worth keeping the Great Engineer for. And maybe even the National Visitor Centre. There's quite a lot of stuff that we want to grab, but we're definitely getting very close to the end of the tech tree. And we don't really have much to backfill, because I've been backfilling the atomic era so that we can delay moving into the information era so I can get one more great musician before we change eras. But yeah, I think things are going well. I can't see anybody getting particularly close to winning right now. Although I can't remember where that screen is. Notification log, victory progress. It's here. So I'm the only person that controls somebody else's capital. Cultural victory, it is probably us by a long shot. Diplomatic, no one's going to get close to that. Nobody else has even done the Apollo program. We should be able to win this game. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.